Persistence pays off for the championship contending Redhawks. The Miami women make strides against the top teams in the MAC. And on the ice, it's a crucial final regular season series on the road for Rico's Redhawks. All the stories are next on Miami Magazine from the Miami Sports Network from IMG College. And it all starts right now. Welcome to Miami Magazine on the Miami Sports Network from IMG College on ONN. Presented by Dickerson Distributing and Anheuser-Busch. Bringing you Bud Light. G&J Pepsi-Cola Bottler of Hamilton. Bringing you Pepsi. Butler County Visitors Bureau. Online at destinationbutlercounty.com. And Koenig Equipment. Nothing runs like a deer. And now your host, Tim Bray. Welcome into Miami Magazine. I'm Steve Baker, pinch hitting for Tim Bray this week. Happy to have you along. Coming up, we'll talk Miami ice hockey with head coach Rico Blasi as his team gets ready for their final regular season home game. And for men's and women's basketball, it's the last 2 weeks of the regular season. We'll talk with Maria Fantana-Rosa as they'll play their final home game this Saturday. But right now, it's men's basketball. A big win at home last week against Kent State and a 1-point bracket buster loss at James Madison on Saturday for the men's team. We're joined by head coach Charlie Coles. And Coach, over the last month, you take a look at this team, and even in the loss against James Madison, this team has found a way to come back and make just excellent strides, particularly late in the contest. How have they been able to do it?
Well, that's an awful good question, because I think it's been a lot of different things. I think it's been good offense when we needed it, and believe it or not, good defense when we needed it. Mm-hmm. Although we, are not what I consider a good defensive team right now, we have been able to come up with some good stops at crucial times in games. Mm-hmm. And that's been good for us. And then contributions from a bench that seemed to be depleted after Ballard and Quentin Rollins went down. Mm-hmm. We managed to get Jai Sewell and John Harris a little bit more playing time, Drew McGee. And so I would say it would be all those factors that has helped our team progress to this point.
Case in point of being resilient, last week a huge overtime win over Kent State, a battle for East Division lead, and again, Nick Winbush ties a career high in points, has a double-double in rebounds. Julian Mavunga comes up big. You can point to those two guys, but you can point to 5 guys in double digits in that game.
Oh yeah, it was Winbush and Mavunga did a good job of leading the team. Mm-hmm. In terms of rebounding, very good rebounding. And in fact, we've been a much better rebounding team than I thought we would be this year. Mm-hmm. And especially without Ballard, right? Because he was our best rebounder. And we've managed to maintain our rebounding advantage as a team against our opponents. So that's been good. The Kent State game was a game of so many turns, and it really, really surprised me when we came back the second half. I just got on the train and rode and didn't ask any questions. And the players seemed to get some momentum and get some energy, and they surprised me with that effort.
Came back from 13 points down in the second half to get a big victory. You go on the road Saturday on bracket busters against James Madison. You're facing a legitimate first-round NBA pick in 6'11" Denzel Bowles, and you hold him to 10 and have a chance to win that game late, just missed the 35-footer at the buzzer.
Yes, we did, and that's probably the reason why people like sports is mm-hmm. because the unpredictable happened on Saturday, and the fact that when I went in that game, I wondered, now how are we ever going to contain Bowles? Mm-hmm. And their guards kind of hurt us, and that's the reason why we have to have Quentin Rollins back pronto, because late in the year, your team has to be pretty good defensively. And we weren't very good defensively in the last 4 minutes against James Madison, and we're going to have to improve in that area. But I thought it was a great ball game, and I thought it was worth it. Mm-hmm. The bracket buster, we've been back and forth on it, and I thought it was worth it. Now the bus ride, as you well know, Bake, was not a. That was not a pleasant bus ride because we didn't have our usual bus.
Yeah.
And so we couldn't watch TV.
Yeah.
And but all in all, I think it was a good trip. It's a pity that we lost. We'll just have to rebound back from that loss.
8-hour bus ride, by the way, back from Harrisonburg, Virginia. You've got Bowling Green on Saturday. They took it to you in their place. You've got them in Millette Hall Saturday morning at 11.
A very difficult matchup for our team. They play that 2-3 zone, and they play it well. Lewis played that when he was at Syracuse under Boeheim, and he kept it in his pocket. And when he started coaching, he started using it. And it's as good a zone as you'll see. And then on offense, they're what I call sneaky good. Yeah, they're big men. You look up and they've scored. They're in double figures. Yeah. Their guards, led by Jordan Crawford, that little guy from LaSalle down Cincinnati way, is a very good player. So it's going to be a difficult matchup for us. We're going to have to come to play if we expect to be victorious.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Best of luck.
Well, thank you very much.
Head coach Charlie Coles will come back with more in a moment on Miami Magazine.
Among guys, Budweiser has become a kind of currency. Helping a friend move gets you a six-pack. Up 3 flights? That's more. Dog sitting for the weekend? Well, that depends on the dog. Riding in the middle seat has its own benefits. The last wing is worth 1. The celery's worthless. Flying blind into a double date for your buddy earns you a case. Though, on occasion, you may owe him. So pay up with the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. Budweiser.
Oh, awesome again.
Oh my God, this is really good.
That's why your parties are the best.
You should do this for a living.
He's right. You've always been like the best cook.
Ever thought of going to Le Cordon Bleu?
Seriously, you should.
Yeah, you could train with all those experienced chef instructors.
Yeah.
You're an artist. Go work with other
You
artists.
should call the Cordon Bleu today.
Call right now.
Yeah.
Call them.
Seriously.
Do it.
You know you want to.
If you call, you get a complimentary career guide.
Call the Cordon Bleu campus at 1-800-664-0438. 1-800-664-0438.
Pepsi Max, please. Good song.
Great song.
So, Pepsi Max has 0 calories, huh?
Yep.
How many calories?
0.
0?
0.
What are you doing?
YouTube.
Oh.
Pepsi Max. 0 calories. Maximum Pepsi taste.
Let's check the chart with Tim Bray. Presented by McCullough Hyde Memorial Hospital. A tradition of caring, a new vision of health. Welcome into Miami Magazine in this segment as we talk Miami women's basketball. Joining us, the head coach of Miami women's basketball, Maria Fantana-Rosa. Coming up this weekend, Akron is in town, the final regular season home game. And Coach, normally we'd be talking about Senior Day, but you don't have any seniors to celebrate this year.
No, that's true, Bacon, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, it's going to be a good thing when April comes that we have everybody return, but it's been a struggle, and some of our struggles have been that the other teams have had seniors who have taken over games at the end, and we're continuing to improve and fight and try and find our way.
Mm-hmm. Now, this team continues to improve, and the record may not show it. You suffered a loss against Bowling Green, but quite frankly, you played so much better this time around against Bowling Green.
We did, Bacon. Bowling Green's a top 40 team in the country, and that means a lot right now. And they start 4 seniors and a sophomore, and then off the bench is a sophomore and a senior. Mm-hmm. So when you talk about the age and you talk about the championships they've won, earlier in the year when we went up to Bowling Green, we lost by close to 40. We were in single digits at the end of this game. Ended up having the foul and lost by 12, but at the same time there's progress. Our defense is more aggressive. We're rebounding with more consistency now. Unfortunately in the Bowling Green game, we couldn't hit shots. But when we could start putting more and more of those pieces of those fundamentals together, there's still hope for the future.
You can go back to the Central Michigan game, I think, and see the marked improvement as this team goes along. Still a very, very young team, but they are getting better despite that record.
You're right, and that's been 4 or 5 games ago now, and you're right. Definitely improvement. Central Michigan took a step. Toledo, the next game, the top team in our league right now. It was a 5-point game. We had a chance to cut it to 3 at one point with under 2 minutes left in Toledo. So huge improvements right there. But Western, Bowling Green, all the others that we've played so far in the East, we're definitely still climbing. And you're right, it doesn't show because it's just a win or a loss. But as a coaching staff, the players keep fighting and we're encouraged with their eagerness to learn.
I know I talked to you a couple of weeks ago and you were talking about the freshmen and you weren't coming along quite as well as you wanted. That's kind of changed a little bit because you have one of them in your starting lineup in Hannah Robertson.
She's been playing great, Bake. We've been anxious to have our freshmen contribute. Their playing times, both Erica Almaty, Haley, and Hannah Robertson, all 3 of them are playing quality time, but we don't show it on the stat sheet. There's no production. Now Hannah's changed that. She is playing like our second or third best player every game, both offensively and defensively. And whatever turned that switch on, she's there. She's aggressive to the hole. She's hitting 3-pointers. Her defense is getting better and better. And Hannah's a leader. Hannah was a top recruit coming in, and it just took her a little while to try and find her way or wait for someone else to not take the opportunity. And that's what she did. When our off guards were not contributing, all of a sudden, there she goes. And now she is definitely a key piece for us.
And it's an amazing thing to see a freshman come along and do that simply because we're talking, you don't have any seniors, but quite frankly, the rest of this conference is loaded with upperclassmen.
They are. And once again, we'll see it again. There's 2 teams that are young. It's us and it's Akron. So fortunately, we're going to get another young team. And we did beat Akron. So when you talk about the seniors in the league and you talk about who we are, you don't want to say this is a 2-year team, but everybody knows that going into this year, everybody back, this is going to be a 2-year development. Now, if we continue to take steps and progress forward, we'll stay encouraged. It's when a 2-year team hits and they don't continue to improve that you worry. But right now, wins and losses aside, we're still encouraged with this team's eagerness to learn and eagerness to keep getting better.
Obviously, one of the huge bright spots on this team is Courtney Osborne. She just continues to play so well. Despite having a target on her back almost every single game, how does she continually find ways to score and keep putting the ball in the bucket?
Courtney Osborne gives us all energy. I mean, she is, we can say competitor, hard worker. We could talk about all those character traits. But at the end of the day, she hasn't given up. You talk about players who are committed and committed to winning, committed to the program. She's taken on roles of letting the game come to her and having assists. She's taken on roles of having to guard the best defender on the other team. But what she does best is find a way to score. And that competitiveness and that drive, and even when we're losing, she hasn't stopped trying to find a way to involve her teammates, both emotionally and on the court, to help them help her find a way to win, and that's very encouraging. She's a leader.
Akron coming up on Saturday. You beat them earlier. Quickly, what's it going to take to get another win?
Well, I think we're going to have to continue to get better. Our defense is getting better and better each game, our rebounding as well. Those are going to have to be solid and take another step. But then we're going to have to find more ways to score. That's been an inconsistent part of our game right now. We're not even executing our offense well. So different people stepping up besides Courtney on a consistent basis on offense again.
Head coach Maria Fantana-Rosa. Again, they'll host Akron on Saturday afternoon. Stay tuned. We'll come back with more Miami Magazine in a moment.
I'm Eric, and this is my Miami experience. When a faculty member takes interest in me, it feels incredible, actually. Miami's reputation has always been to excel, and Miami has taken myself to the next level.
Miami universities are amongst the most inquisitive students I've ever experienced. They think outside the box, they think of new ideas.
As a freshman, I applied for a University Research Award, which I got, so I'm studying bladder development in mice. And I work both with the mice themselves and with mouse stem cells, which allow us kind of more control over the genes that we're working with.
One of the most amazing projects is the Marketing Capstone, and that was in London, and that was the most challenging 6 weeks of my life. I'm on the synchronized skating team here at Miami, and it's really neat to see that every individual contributes such a unique characteristic to the whole team.
A world of experiences. The Miami Experience. Miami University.
Welcome back into Miami Magazine. Coming up in our next segment, we'll talk ice hockey with head coach Rico Blasi as his team prepares for the final regular season weekend coming up this weekend against Lake Superior State. But right now, the Miami sports calendar and our Miami All Access brought to you by Kroger. This week, we visit the Oxford Kroger and talk with executive chef Greg Fitzgerald. This is Miami All Access, presented by Kroger. Kroger, the exclusive marketplace of the Miami Redhawks. This is Miami All Access. I'm Steve Baker here at Oxford's Kroger in the Meals to Go section, talking with executive chef Greg Fitzgerald. And Greg, this is a whole new section for Oxford's Kroger since the remodel. Tell folks what they'll get when they come to the Meals to Go section.
Well, Steve, the bistro here at Kroger's is absolutely incredible. It gives us a chance to work with products that customers come in and they want to see and want to know how to cook with things. And so we offer hot and cold meals here to go for them.
Now, we've had the pleasure of enjoying some of those hot meals as we've had Hawk Talk here over the past year at Oxford's Kroger, and it's been a lot of fun having the folks come in as part of the show.
It's been a great time here. When you guys come in on Thursdays, we pack the house, and usually we have prime rib up here and pork loins and about everything they want for dinner.
Now, that's one of the great parts about this Meals to Go in the bistro section is on game day, there's a lot of different foods that people can pick out and take to their tailgate, but you can kind of help them out as they come in. You'll have things ready to go for them.
We sure can, Steve. One of our big things we sell here is chicken wings. We've got 4 or 5 different chicken wings, boneless wings. They can pick them up hot, they can pick them up cold. We'll package them up, and out the door they go.
You know, there are so many places in Oxford for people to get food to go, but when you come in here, the variety is number one. You're talking about chicken wings, prime rib, pork loin. We're standing in front of the wood-fired stove here that people can get wood-fired pizzas.
Exactly, and you can tell this pizza oven is hot, Steve, isn't it?
It is indeed. Tell us a little bit about your experiences, Greg, and some of the things that you really enjoy cooking as executive chef here.
I just enjoy being at Kroger's in Oxford. Get a chance to, like I said, do things with different foods, walk around the store, meet customers, talk to customers, show them where things are, how to cook things. All around, it's a great experience.
Well, Greg, we appreciate you taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you, Mr. Baker.
Greg Fitzgerald, the executive chef here at the Meals to Go section, the bistro area here at your Oxford Kroger. That's this Miami All Access. I'm Steve Baker. Thank you for watching Miami All Access, presented by the exclusive marketplace of the Redhawks, Kroger. For digital coupons and more, check out Kroger.com. Welcome to the City Barbecue Sports Update. For your next event or tailgate party, serve authentic hickory smoked barbecue. City Barbecue offers full-service catering or delivery and setup for groups of 25 to 5,000. Choose from pulled pork, beef brisket, ribs, and our homemade sides. Call City Barbecue Catering at 513-490-2506 or visit citybbq.com.
So how you liking the taste of that Diet Mountain Dew?
It's great. Unexpected. In fact, since I've been drinking it, I went and got this. Wow.
I know what you mean. Since I tasted it, I went and got this.
The taste of Diet Mountain Dew is a powerful thing. Diet tastes better on the mountain.
You don't have to be a world-class athlete to receive world-class care. Wellington Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, the Tri-State's most trusted orthopedic practice for more than 30 years, featuring specialty care in sports medicine and comprehensive orthopedic needs. Plus, 3 after-hours walk-in clinics to fit your busy schedule. Wellington Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, with 7 convenient locations to serve you.
It's understood that if you get up to get a Budweiser, you come back with a round. How you carry that round is a matter of personal preference. There's the 6-pack Strangler, the St. Bernard, the Flock of Geese, the Marsupial, the Sherpa, the Claw, even the more advanced Labrador Retriever. But we always come back with the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. Budweiser.
Hi, I'm Tom Brenneman for CBTS. Does your technology room look like this? If so, it could put your business at risk. Make CBTS your data center provider of choice. By locating your technology in one of CBTS's premier facilities, you gain a secure environment with power and network. For an affordable monthly fee, start protecting your business today. Call 513-841-6800. CBTS, data centers for business.
Now it's time for the game plan, delivered by CBTS, Technology Solutions for Business. Welcome back into our final segment of Miami Magazine. I'm Steve Baker, and we're talking Miami hockey as the head coach of the Red Hawks, Rico Blasi, joins us. Miami hopping on a bus for a long trip this weekend to Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, to take on Lake Superior State. Coach, welcome in. You've had the weekend off, a rare weekend off late in the season. How did you use that to prepare for the final stretch run here?
Well, at this time of the year, there's a lot of guys that are banged up, and we needed some rest more than anything. And we got a lot accomplished, I thought, last week with just working some systems and refining things and staying sharp, and then we gave them a good time off, and I think they'll be ready to go this week and with some energy, and big weekend for us, long road trip as you said, and also we get another week off with a bye into the second round of the playoffs. So you know, although the trip will be long coming home, we'll get a good little bit of rest before playoffs.
7-game unbeaten streak right now as you get ready for Lake State this weekend. I got to ask, a bye week this late in the season, good or bad thing with that kind of momentum, 7-game unbeaten streak?
Well, I think it's good because you're going to be playing a lot of hockey in a lot of in a short period of time here in the next little while. So I think it was good to recharge the battery and get everybody healthy again and make a good run.
As you get ready for this final weekend, we got to talk about the two guys, Andy Mealy, Carter Camper. There's a lot of great contenders out there for the Hobey Baker, but you've got two of them right now.
Well, you know, Andy Mealy leads the nation in scoring and still does, even though we had the weekend off. And Carter Camper second in the nation in scoring. So I think we have a legitimate shot. You know, if you go off of points and goals and assists, I think Andy's right at the top of the list. And, you know, he just means so much for our team, as does Carter. So there's a lot that goes into the Hobey Baker and the voting. You know, we still haven't gotten our ballots for head coaches, but that's going to come up here soon. And the fact that he might be in contention for Player of the Year in our league won't hurt him in the ballot. So hopefully we get an opportunity to be in the Hobey Hat Trick, which is quite an event in itself. Went through it with Ryan Jones a few years ago, and just the way they treat you and the way that you're taken care of when you're at the Frozen Four, it's something special.
Well, you got two of the top scorers in the country, 4 of the top 10, or very close to 4 of the top 10. How do you manage the ice time for those scorers? Because obviously you want those guys out there all the time.
Well, in special team situations, they're all on the ice at the same time, so those are good problems to have. But you know, we separated them a little while back, and it's very difficult for teams to key in on one person. And I think Carter and Cannoni and Riley Smith and Andy Mealy and the 4 guys that you're talking about are doing a real good job of staying focused and just playing for the team right now.
Mm-hmm. Lake State this weekend, the long bus ride up there. You'll leave Thursday as this is airing and go up there early to kind of get your legs underneath you on the ice up there, right?
Yeah, it's a tough road trip, 9-10 hours, and you never know what kind of snow you're going to hit or weather you're going to hit, I should say. But we've done it before, and we've been very successful there. So it's just a matter of we're going to get all our prep work done during the week. When we get there Thursday, it's just a light skate, get our legs going, wake up Friday morning ready to win a couple of games.
How do you match up with the Lakers going into this series, Coach?
Well, we played them earlier in the year. We won and tied, and I think we won in a shootout. But You know, I think they're a big, strong team that plays very physical, and I think that helps us in getting us into the game quickly. And certainly they don't have the speed up and down their lineup that we've seen over the last 3 weekends, but they're playing for a lot. They're playing for home ice in the first round. It's at home. It's senior weekend. So there's a lot of factors that we have to deal with, but we got to go and just play our game, and we'll see what happens.
Goaltending for you, you've gotten Connor Knapp back into the lineup. You've been using both he and Cody Reichert. How do you see it going this weekend?
Well, you have to play both of them. You just have to. With another week off, you want to keep both of them sharp. So I would suspect that you would see both of them.
Okay. Pair-wise, again, the last weekend going in, you want to set yourself up for the NCAA tournament? Where are we?
Well, I think we're in good shape right now. We're tied for 11th. It goes up and down depending on if you have a good practice or not, I guess. But no, it's so up and down. The comparisons change from week to week. I think we're in a good shape, though. You know, we need to win some games here down the stretch. Hopefully we can make it to Joe Louis. If we make it to Joe Louis, I think we'll be in good shape for the national tournament.
Rico, best of luck this weekend. Thank you.
you.
Head coach Rico Blasi joining us on this edition of Miami Magazine. And that'll do it for this week. You can follow the Red Hawks coming up this weekend on MURedHawks.com and All Access, as Greg Waddell will have the call for you. And I'll have all the Miami basketball action for you Saturday morning at 11 a.m. That's it for this edition of Miami Magazine. I'm Steve Baker. Thanks for watching. This has been Miami Magazine, presented by Dickerson Distributing and Anheuser-Busch, bringing you Bud Light. G&J Pepsi-Cola Bottler of Hamilton, bringing you Pepsi. Butler County Visitors Bureau, online at destinationbutlercounty.com. And Koenig Equipment, nothing runs like a deer. Miami Magazine is a presentation of the Miami Sports Network from IMG College.